This conference will now be recorded.
Thanks. Can you hear that?
Nope.
No.
Son of a gun.
No biased or anything. So I also have here.
How about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now.
That are eligible.
All right, we'll start from the beginning.
For.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm going to draw a name for the Employee of the Year for 2020 for last year. I have all the names in a basket here. And I'm going to have Diane hold them since I don't want to be, biased or anything. So I also have here a list of all the people that are eligible for this, put your name on the plaque. So I will post this by the plaque when we get done posting our names. And so everybody can see it. So Diane, do you want to come up here? So for name. All right. Shelly. Shelly is the big winner. Congratulations, Shelly. We will get your name put on a gold, or is it gold or silver sign?
Brass or whatever.
Brass.
The plaque.
And get it hung up in the break room. So congratulations again, and come see Patty or Mike G for your check. Thank you.
Yay! Congratulations. All right, Mike, Graham, and Rini, are you guys ready to play the fall weather driving video?
Maybe if it'll let us on. I know the suspense is killing you guys. I know.
Is there anything else that needs to be discussed besides the video, or is that pretty much it?
That is all I had.
Okay.
Mike Greenbaum, did you have anything that you wanted to?
Can you multitask?
No, it's just want to thank everyone again for staying patient with us right now and being flexible through this change. And we froze again.
Computers are wonderful.
What's the title?
Melanie, do you have the list of anniversaries and birthdays? Maybe we want to just announce anniversaries and birthdays for February since
Sure,
we're waiting for the video.
Give me 1 minute.
I know Scott's is tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Yesterday.
Or yesterday? I thought it was the 10th. I'm sorry. Maybe that was Eli's. I'm sorry. Happy belated birthday. I thought it was tomorrow. I'm so sorry.
Only a day.
No, Kenzie and Scott were yesterday.
We celebrate again. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably.
Any other birthdays? I know there's more birthdays in this month.
Kathy Bursford next Monday.
And Patty next Monday.
Reenie's is the 19th. Happy birthday.
The 19th.
I have the actual dates. I have Ben. It's Ben's birthday, and Miguel, and Scott, and Kenji, and Reenie, and Kathy, and Patty. Patty gets her birthday off this year.
Woo woo. That's a first.
Mm-hmm. And those anniversaries from January and February were Tom Jones has been here 1 year, and Linda has been here a year, and Whitney has been here for 6 years.
Woo woo.
No, So Kyle has been here for 1 year and Dale has been here for 2. And Angie, our bookkeeper, has been here for a year.
Happy anniversary, everyone.
I'm sorry, you guys. We're having technical difficulties.
And just so you guys are all aware too that the goal is with these virtual meetings too is that we will get them recorded and hopefully also uploaded to the YouTube channel. And we will be giving you access to that. So say it's great that you guys are all on now, but if you in the future are not able to and we have an important training, we will want to make sure you can watch the video and still be able to sign off that you've seen it. And so you'll be able to come back on the YouTube channel and watch it and also ask questions. So and also to make sure everyone realizes there is a chat feature. So say you would like to ask Patty or Rini or someone something privately, you can send them a chat message or you can message everyone to ask a question. So even though you may be on mute, you can still actively ask questions. So let us know if you have any questions. And thanks for your patience today. It's the first full-on meeting, so we're just making it happen. Mike Flack, you got any jokes for us?
Not that I can say on the air. How did everybody like the halftime show?
That's a first. That's a first for Big Mikey.
It was good the weekend was over. That's what Mike said to me this morning. It was kind of funny. It was the first time that he was glad that the weekend was over because the name of the group was called Weekend, if you didn't know that. So
it was brutal.
So that's why it was kind of, yeah, it was. It was.
And
Eric, are you taking a nap or what?
Anybody have any questions right now? Now would be a good time while we're waiting for them to get that up.
I can also start talking about winter driving a little bit here. The video that we're trying to get up is the one that you've all seen, but it's going to talk a little bit about how you should be slowing down in inclement weather. You should be taking it easy on the roads out there, going around those curves. I was out there this morning doing a route and it was a little scary because with the cold weather, you'll see that black ice. So it's always careful when you start off from stop signs or stop lights, be careful of that black ice and just take extra caution in leaving more room around you for your space and in front of you for cars in front of you and just making sure that you're leaving that extra couple seconds. So just to be highly aware that, and I know you guys are all seasoned drivers. I know you've driven in a million winters. It's just good to have a refresher to make sure that we're all on the same page. We all are polishing up our driving skills and we are being uber safe. So hopefully we are within seconds. The computer keeps going down on us. That's why we can't get this video going.
5 reasons. 5 reasons.
What was that?
Oh, I can pull up a video on YouTube about, winter driving tips.
if that will be helpful at all. Otherwise,
You want me to see that, Ted?
I can, if we're still waiting for the video, I can just welcome. We have had quite a few new drivers since last September. And so just make them feel welcome. We have Daryl, who has started with us recently. We've had Frank. We've had Jim. We've had Kevin. We've had Kenji, who started last fall. We've also had Dave that has started with us. And we just welcome all you guys, and we just appreciate you as part of our New Tracks team. I'm just trying to see if I've missed anyone.
yes, Kemi, did you talk about Kemi?
Well, Kemi's been with us for a year, so she's not quite as new as the last 3 months.
So Doug, why don't you, if you have that other video for the driving tips, that would be great if you could pull that up for us.
And then we also have a new bus washer,
I will
Matt.
do that.
Thank you, Doug.
Mute myself. Melanie, can you make me the presenter there, please? Again. Melanie? Hello.
Yes,
Make me the presenter so I can share my screen.
sure. Hold on just a second. Funny, there's no easy way to find you on the list.
There's a message. Here, I'm here. Here, this guy.
Where are you? There you are. Oh, you have yourself on here twice. I'm going to try one of them. Let me see. You know if that's the right one, okay? They're letting you present now?
Stand by.
Okay.
Share screen. Oh, here we go. Yep. Boom. Now let's see if we can hear him. I see him. I don't hear him. Still talking.
Welcome back, Rick, for Smart Drive Test on GT. 5 reasons
Will crash in the winter time. Smart Drive Test helps new drivers get their first license regardless of class, and as well it helps veteran drivers to remain crash-free and
hit that subscribe button as well. Hit that bell. That way you'll get instant notification when I get the videos up for you. Reason number 1 for crashing in the winter time is not paying attention. Not paying attention to the fact that it's around 0. It has been raining or snowing or some other precipitation that's going to cause the roads to be slick and slippery, and there's going to be ice on the roadways. And yes, some authorities and other people believe that it's called black ice, but there are reasons that you can find black ice on the roadways. I'll put a card up here for you for where you can find ice on the roadways in the winter time. But you can see that also I am susceptible to going for a slide, as you can see here in the video footage, of getting in a hurry in the morning, not allowing myself enough time, and getting caught out at an intersection having the vehicle
Can you guys see it?
One of the things that we have.
No?
Yes, we can hear. I can hear it.
Yes, but can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, we can see
All right,
it.
thanks.
Have to do in the winter time is, even though we're crazy busy and we're trying to herd our children out the door or get out to go to work or wherever we're going, we need to allow ourselves a little bit more time to pay attention to the weather report, the fact that the temperature is around freezing, there's some sort of precipitation, and know that at intersections are going to be incredibly slippery, because what happens is the vehicles come up, they brake, they slide. When the vehicle's tires slide on top of the snow or ice, it creates friction, which is the byproduct is heat. It melts the snow a little bit and you get a layer of water on top of the ice, and it makes it incredibly slippery. Reason number 2 for getting into a skid are curves, getting the vehicle out of line. Anytime that the vehicle moves out of line, you're going to be in a precarious situation, especially if the roadways are slippery and your speed is too high. As you can see here in many of the crash videos that you watch here on the internet, what happens is they're going around a curve and the back end comes around, and it's called oversteering. It's what happens when the back end of the vehicle comes around, because the vehicle's momentum shifts to the front of the vehicle and the back end starts to come around. So curves, corners, and turns, you can also see here in passing that a lot of drivers lose control when they're passing, because what happens is the vehicle goes from being straight down the road to being on a slight angle. And when the vehicle is on a slight angle, you've shifted the momentum or the equilibrium in the vehicle. Because you've shifted the equilibrium, you're going to lose control of the vehicle and end up in the ditch. Reason number 3 for ending up in the ditch and having a crash in the wintertime is what I call the pickup phenomenon. It's the imbalance of the weight in the vehicle, and it's most common with pickup trucks, because all of the weight is in the front of the vehicle, the drive tires are at the back. But this is also applicable to minivans, SUVs, and other types of vehicles where most of the weight is on the front end, especially if you have the motor and the drivetrain and other bits in the front, and you're going down the road, and the speed in combination with going around a curve, it causes the back end of the vehicle to lift up, and again, you get oversteering and you lose control of the vehicle. Reason number 4 is in combination with the pickup phenomena, which brakes. And what happens is that as soon as the vehicle starts to lose traction, the driver gets on the brakes, and what happens is the brakes accentuates both the pickup phenomena and the curve phenomena, because what happens is that you hit the brakes, the front end of the vehicle tips down, you shift all the weight of the vehicle into the front of the vehicle, the back end lifts up, loses traction, and starts to come around. And remember, the reason that we lose control in a vehicle is because a locked or spinning wheel always leads. So as soon as you get your foot on the brake in slippery conditions and the back wheels lock up, or the wheels lock up period, it loses traction because it's already slippery. All the weight comes off the back end because you've shifted the momentum to the front of the vehicle, and the vehicle starts to go around in a circle. So a locked and spinning wheel always leads. So get your foot off the brake, look in the direction that you want to go. I know that there are other channels here and those types of things, and people who will tell you steer in the direction of the skid, which always reminds me of the Bill Cosby's comedy skit when he's talking about that. He goes into a skid and he's slowing time down and trying to remember, which way is the skid? Do you know, is it going to the right or is it going to the left? No. Don't try and figure that out. Just look in the direction you want to go and steer the vehicle, and do not oversteer. Simply quarter turns on the steering wheel will get you usually back to where you need to go. But if you touch the brake, that's almost certain loss of control in the event of hitting something slippery. And reason number 5 are hills. If you get going downhill and you start losing traction and losing control, most people panic. You can see this in most of the videos where we get ice or freezing rain and the roadway becomes an absolute skating rink. People just hold the brake. Essentially, what you're doing when you hold that brake on, hoping and praying that the vehicle is going to stop, is you're just riding a wild animal. That vehicle is going to go anywhere it chooses to go. It's going to run into items and all kinds of objects and fixed objects and other vehicles and those types of things along the roadway. because you've locked up the wheels, the vehicle is not going to stop. So you have to get the vehicle off the roadway somehow and find traction, whether that's into the gravel on the side of the road or whether that's off into the snow or whatnot. You need to get the vehicle somewhere else because you're not going to get it stopped on the ice, especially if you're going downhill. And in order to do that, in order to be able to steer the vehicle, you got to get your foot off the brake and let the wheels spin, because if the wheels are not turning, the vehicle's not going to be able to steer. So if you've got your foot on the brake, it's not going to steer. You're just driving a juggernaut. So do something, figure something out, figure out where you're going to steer the vehicle and those types of things. Again, get your foot off the brake. I know it's going to pick up speed, but you got to pick a point. You got to pick out somewhere you're going to go and pick that small object to hit as opposed to the big object to hit, like the tractor trailer, for example, and those types of things. Now, I said at the beginning of the video that speed was not a criteria in any one of these crashes. It's not one of the factors, but it does contribute to all of these crashes because most of the time people are going too fast for the conditions of the roadway, because speeding, the definition of speeding is not simple. There are several definitions of speeding: driving faster than the posted speed limit, driving faster than the flow of traffic, driving faster than me. For example, you're sitting in the car and somebody passes you, oh my God, they're speeding because they're going faster than me. Or driving faster than the conditions of the roadway allow. And how do we determine how fast is too fast? So speeding is a complex definition and it doesn't lend itself to just one condition, but it does tie into all of these and does contribute to all of these, and know for a fact that you need to slow down in the wintertime. And the other comment is that winter tires will save you in the wintertime. No, winter tires won't save you. This one person said on one channel I was looking at, if you're doing 100 miles an hour in the wintertime with snow tires on, it's not going to save you. So you have to drive to the conditions of the roadway. Otherwise, all of these factors are going to be exacerbated by speeding for the conditions. But most important, you have to pay attention. You have to take note of the weather outside, and you have to slow down. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a crash and you're going to end up in the ditch. Question for my smart drivers. Do you have any tips that you would give to smart drivers to help them make it through the winter crash-free? Leave a comment down in the comment section. All of that helps out the new drivers and the veteran drivers looking to improve his or her skills. If you like what you see here, share, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section as well. Hit that thumbs up button. Look
All right.
in the description there. You get the 30% off coupon for pass your road test first time. Of course, for new drivers, guaranteed pass your road test first time, or 60-day money back guarantee. As well, over the Facebook Smart Drive Test website, we have a mastermind group for drivers to get together and share their information.
There we go. Stop. Stop. There you go.
So I just want to let you guys, thanks Doug for that. That's a lot of good tips. I do want to show this other video because it does add a few more things. So if you guys can just hang in there, we got it all queued up finally, and it's about 15 minutes, so shouldn't take very long. So here we go.
We can't hear it.
But weather strikes. Police officers become very busy. Changing road conditions and human error combine to create traffic.
Go back to the presentation.
Is it preventable? Well,
Perfect.
Smith System's time-tested formula for collision avoidance can be extremely valuable when the weather changes for the worse. It's all quite practical and logical, and it's all very easy to apply. Above all, it really can help you avoid this kind of experience. In most places around the world, fair weather driving days overwhelmingly outnumber the days the weather is less favorable. And that's part of the problem. Most people only have one set of driving skills, and they use those skills with little or no adjustment. in whatever weather may come their way. This is the same road, but as you can see, in a significant number of ways, it is altogether different. As the seasons change and as nature brings a variety of weather conditions their way, good drivers adapt their driving skills to cope. Even fair weather conditions can bring dangerous driving challenges. The people who take what nature throws at them for granted as they drive are making a serious mistake. Let's examine how each of the 5 keys of the Smith system can make a difference. With these advanced driving tools at your disposal, your chances of being involved in a weather-related incident will be substantially reduced. A small investment of your time may very well pay you some very large dividends down the road. Key number 1 is aim high in steering. And we use this key to help people prepare for the future. Key 1 has several applications. First of all, when you make it a point to scan to where your vehicle will be 15 or more seconds up the road, most of the traffic-related problems being experienced ahead by others can be seen and allowed for. We know it isn't always possible in these conditions to see that far up the road, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. First, let's discuss the times when you can see a significant distance up the road. There are huge benefits to looking way ahead. Early observation of people losing traction, swerving, braking suddenly, plunging into curbside pools of water, or even seeing vehicles that may have already tangled can keep you from joining them in their problems. And with 50 seconds of eye lead time, you can get a head start on dealing with intermittent fog banks, downpours, or other potential problems that should be approached cautiously. Now, keep in mind that 2 essential elements of safe driving change in most adverse weather conditions: traction and visibility. We'll touch on visibility in just a few moments, but let's consider how key 1 can help you maintain traction. The same loss of traction that provides so much fun for these kids creates nightmares for drivers. And as you know, snow and ice aren't the only forms of precipitation that can cause a vehicle to lose traction. Wet roads and high or even moderate speeds can create hydroplaning conditions. This happens when there's so much water on the road that the tire treads cannot fully channel the water away from the tire. The tires begin to ride up over the water, resulting in almost total loss of vehicle control for the driver. One of the most dangerous effects of hydroplaning is that it is often difficult for drivers to detect until they suddenly need to respond to some change in the traffic picture. It's always wise to anticipate this problem. Reduce your speed. By the way, if your tires are worn, you are more vulnerable. Tires are an important safety feature on your vehicle. Make sure they're in good condition before you travel. Another form of traction loss can come in an unexpected form. Falling leaves can separate your tires from the road surface. When the leaves are wet, the effect is even more pronounced. Treat these road conditions with caution. Take it easy, drop your speed, stay safe. Now, it's always important to look well up the road. But when the weather turns and traction is reduced, it becomes critical. Use your awareness of problems in the making to help you hang on to your traction, while simultaneously helping others to hold on to theirs. Here's how. You are rolling around on patches of rubber, no bigger than about the size of a postcard per tire. Yeah, it's more for trucks and buses, but not much more. That's not a lot of grip on the road. Now, this small area of contact is usually enough when the road surface is dry. But when the streets are wet, stopping distances can double or even triple. Yet if you can avoid accelerating suddenly, braking suddenly, or turning suddenly, you can usually count on these small patches of rubber to hold. You see, traction is sacrificed to sudden movement. The road is slick. With good eye lead time, you can often avoid using your brakes when short-sighted drivers must go to theirs. When braking is required, make it a habit to use your brakes early, perhaps very early. This will often allow you to maintain something that you just may not be able to live without: traction. Good, well-disciplined eye activity will help you obtain early access to important information about which you will need to make good decisions. Now, with that information in place, your actions will become more relaxed, more leisurely. Your steering and braking will become more gradual and less abrupt. The very best drivers make it all seem easy. And with them, it all starts with good eye lead time. Early braking also helps you control danger that may be coming at you from the rear. You brake early, you encourage the people behind you to brake early. When you brake late, you must brake harder, and you'll likely encourage trailing drivers to come to their brakes at the very last second. Now, if they don't get to their brakes in time, if their tires aren't in good condition, or if their vehicle should lose traction for any reason, their problem could quickly become your tragedy. Though good eye lead time should always be a goal, there are times when foul weather makes attaining it difficult or even impossible. Good drivers match their speed with their ability to see what they need to see and their ability to cope with the expected and the unexpected. When fog, rain, or snow reduces your visibility or may reduce your traction, bring your speed down. Reduced speed increases your eye lead time and your ability to remain in control. Our second key is get the big picture. Timely gathering of relevant information is the key to this key. Following distance is one of the most important elements of safe driving. We associate it with this key because drivers won't have the big picture when they follow too closely. In good weather, we recommend the following distance of 4 seconds for smaller vehicles and often more for trucks and buses. This is measured by picking out a fixed reference point ahead, like this overpass you see here. As the vehicle ahead of you passes that point, simply count the number of seconds it takes you to arrive at that point. On days like this one, where fog or snow are present, adjustments must be made. Rains or snows, add at least an additional couple of seconds of following distance. In fog, heavy rain, or whiteout conditions, don't let your only reference be the taillights of the vehicle ahead of you. Seek following distance to allow you to make relaxed, well thought out decisions. This space will provide margin for error when the unexpected happens. The required space will always be a judgment call. Never let your following distance fall below our recommendations, even when the taillights of the vehicle ahead begin to disappear. In many cases, when following a vehicle in these conditions, you are traveling at someone else's chosen speed. Do your own thing. Always respect the value of a good space cushion. Every year you see or hear about the results of major collisions, often involving dozens of vehicles. Well, what usually happens is that drivers fall in behind a person who is used to having very little eye lead time. These people are comfortable not seeing very far in front of their vehicles. Other drivers assume the lead driver can see the road better than they can, and they move in behind. The lead driver encounters the unexpected, sudden braking problems. The results are predictable. We suggest that you distance yourself from these packs of blind drivers. Make your own decisions. When the roads become icy, 4, 5, or 6 seconds of following distance may not be enough. The need for stopping or maneuvering distance in icy conditions is easy to underestimate until it's too late. When the road lacks traction, the danger is enormous. Give yourself a great deal of space to react to and compensate for your vehicle's reduced stopping ability. Oh, and by the way, with good following distance, you get good visibility. It's important to remember that space and visibility are linked. When any weather-related condition becomes too extreme, safety can be realized with seeing techniques, proper space cushions. Consider getting off the road. There are times when driving is a risk that just should not be taken. Our third key is keep your eyes moving. When your eyes stop moving, their information gathering capability nearly comes to a stop as well. Maybe you can relate to a mistake that is very common among experienced drivers. People tend to focus on what they perceive to be the greatest threat in their driving environment. Of course, these elements of your driving world can't be ignored, but other problems may be developing that must be both seen and handled. Don't fixate. Let your eyes move ahead, as we have suggested, and to the sides to detect important changes in your travel picture. And don't neglect the mirrors. We suggest you check at least one of them every 5 to 8 seconds. In conditions like these, you can't let your guard down. And when your eyes stop moving, like it or not, your guard is down. Oh, and let's not forget another factor that contributes a great deal to some people's lack of eye activity: the condition of their windows and mirrors. Aged cracked and broken wiper blades can bring about treacherous viewing conditions. Faulty window defrosters can cause even the best drivers to see only a part of what they should see. Frosted, fogged, or dirty side windows and mirrors can reduce what should be 360 degrees of awareness to an unacceptable degree. Take the time to make sure your vehicle and its viewing surfaces are in good shape before and as you drive. As you know, for many drivers, this isn't a priority until it's too late. And finally, it must be mentioned that in-vehicle distractions can radically diminish eye activity. Since weather conditions increase driver risk, we suggest that you avoid all unnecessary distractions. Our fourth key is leave yourself an out. When you're isolated, you are insulated. In traffic, insulation against mistakes is a powerful collision prevention tool. Would you be comfortable with this amount of space around you as you drive? What if you had a bit more? Would this be acceptable? Well, for most of you, the answer would probably be no. Yet, if you watch, good weather and bad, you'll see people operating their vehicles with very little margin for error. We suggest you make an effort to obtain an air cushion around you as you drive. We call this space cushion driving. In traffic, there is no safety in numbers. If people get near you, they can hit you. And when the weather is inclement, either because of lack of visibility or lack of traction, people are much more likely to invade your space if you let them. You will find safety and comfort comes with the space cushion. But how do you get this margin for error in heavy traffic? Is space usually available? Well, it is if you look for it. Next time you're driving, conduct a little experiment. Look for space. It's not that easy to do because our eyes and our minds are accustomed to looking for objects. Yet our observations have led us to believe that in most heavy traffic environments, there will usually be 3 to as much as 7 times more space than there will be vehicles occupying the roadway, as long as the traffic is moving. These spaces between the vehicles can be your out. But most of the time, when traffic flows aren't at their peak, space is usually quite easy to find. That's because traffic typically travels in packs. And most drivers move through pockets of space in an attempt to join other vehicles in the traffic flow. It seems foolish, but it's true. Make it your objective when you can to travel between the packs. This is the isolation we talked about earlier. Keep this thought in mind. If they can't get close to you, they can't hit you. Our last key is make sure they see you. This key is about communication among people in the traffic picture. People seldom want traffic conflict, and you might be able to help them avoid it. This can benefit both of you. Use your lights whenever visibility or traction might be compromised. Use your turn signals in a way to help other people anticipate your intentions. Use them early because you know people need more time to respond to changing circumstances. Use your brakes early too to send important information and to keep other motorists from involving you in the rear-end collision. Clear off the surface areas around your headlights, your turn indicators, and your brake lights. These communication tools are only valuable if people can see them. Avoid driving in the blind areas of the vehicles around you. Change lanes with an extra margin for error. When you do so, you minimize the road spray you may throw onto the viewing areas of the vehicles around you. If we all cooperate with one another, we can avoid many of the problems that accompany bad weather. You know, the dawn of any given day might bring a change in the weather conditions. Driving safely in foul weather and surviving the unexpected takes knowledge. Dealing with snow, ice, fog, rain, wind, and other elements nature can throw your way is a learned skill. The Smith System can help you safely cope with the kinds of problems that take the lives of many thousands of people every year. Be proactive. Take control. Oh, by the way, we realize that the information contained in this presentation, while important, is not complete. To give you just a little more to go on, we have compiled some additional weather-related driver safety tips for your use. We've enclosed a copy of these tips in the package that this presentation came in. Please ask your meeting leader for a copy. Now, as an alternative, you may go to the link at the bottom of the screen to download a copy. We hope you'll do so. For your sake and for the sake of those you care about, keep in mind that A little knowledge can make a lot of difference. Thanks for watching.
All right, so we learned a lot of the Smith system. We all know about the Smith system. We learned about it in training, and it's just a good reminder to follow those 5 tips and make sure that we get to and from safely for both ourselves and for the passengers that we carry. Okay, Melanie, you can have it back. Thanks, guys, for being patient.
Yes, thank you so much for being patient. Well, we have seen our training video, and I think we've done updates. There will be another all staff meeting, which we will do all together with all the staff from NewTracks, and also do a sexual harassment training on the 22nd. It'll be very similar to this, hopefully without as many hiccups. Hopefully we'll be able to play the video a little bit better. But you guys, I think it's been a great first meeting on GoToMeetings. I'm very excited that you're here and that we're making this work until we can all be in person again and together. And so I appreciate that. We are hoping to figure out where this recording can go, and we'll let you know when it's available if you wanted to see one of the videos again. If anybody has any questions, please make sure you let Mike, Patty, Douglas, Rini, anyone else know if you have any questions. And I think that's it. Patty, did you have anything else? You're on mute, just so you know. And Rini, if you do stop your screen share, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so just a reminder to come and put your initials so you get credit for the training, and for getting paid. You do get paid for the hour of training. So if you clocked out, just give me a slip for that as well, and you will get paid for this meeting. So thanks again, everyone. And it was a good meeting. We'll see you soon.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Come on, Mike, give us a good one.